I watched my in-laws celebrate their grandson's successful surgery while my daughter lay cold and dead in the next room, sacrificed on the altar of their precious family name. To understand why I ended my life clutching her body, you have to know what they did. My nephew Ted had leukemia and my frail daughter, Amy, was the only match. Despite doctors warning that the procedure would kill her, my in-laws drugged me, stole my child, and forced the transplant to save their male heir. When I woke up, they told me it was fate, and that Amy was just unlucky, claiming they would have done the same for her if the roles were reversed. Broken and betrayed by everyone, including my silent husband, I jumped from the 18th floor. But death wasn't the end. I woke up 3 days before the diagnosis, staring into Amy's worried living eyes. This time, I wasn't going to let them touch her. I immediately hid her at my mother's house and set a trap. I called my husband, sobbing a lie that Amy had leukemia, testing their claim that they would save her. When I arrived home, the mask fell. My in-laws, currently fawning over a healthy Ted, didn't offer help. Instead, they coldly informed me they wouldn't spend a dime on Amy's treatment, because Ted needed money for a STEM camp, proving once and for all that my daughter's life meant absolutely nothing to them. My father-in-law slammed his hand on the table and roared, asking if I was trying to ruin his precious grandson by suggesting he donate bone marrow to save my dying daughter. To understand the depths of their cruelty, you have to witness the scene in their living room. I begged them to test Ted, their golden boy, to see if he was a match for Amy, my daughter, who I claimed was dying of leukemia. My mother-in-law shrieked as if I had suggested feeding him to snakes, smashing a dish in her rage. They called me heartless for even asking, exposing their sickening hypocrisy. When their grandson needs saving, my daughter is a disposable spare part. But when my daughter is dying, their grandson is too precious to even prick with a needle. Even my husband Mark sided with them, whispering that we could just have another kid, maybe a boy next time, as if our daughter was a replaceable toy. I walked out, my phone in my pocket, recording every vile word. The next morning, my father-in-law escalated the war. He publicly disowned me and Amy in every family group chat, painting me as a villain trying to guilt-trip Ted into a dangerous procedure. He warned relatives that donating marrow causes permanent damage, successfully scaring anyone who might have helped into silence. I smiled at my phone. They thought they were shaming me, but they were actually handing me the ammunition to destroy them. I typed a single dangerous question into the chat. Why are you stopping others from helping? It is like you want her to die. I stood outside the courthouse, clutching the divorce papers that erased my daughter from their family tree, and watched with a cold smile as my in-laws received the text message that would destroy their world. To understand the sweetness of this revenge, you have to appreciate the cruelty of their celebration. The Harrison clan had gathered like vultures, thrilled to be rid of me and my sickly, worthless daughter Amy. They believed they had dodged a financial bullet, praising themselves for cutting off a money pit, so they could focus on their precious heir, Ted. My ex-husband Mark had even leaned in moments before I signed, offering me a final insulting chance to stay if I promised to abandon Amy and give him a son instead. I signed without hesitation, stripping Amy of the Harrison name just as they demanded, severing all ties. They cheered in the parking lot, calling Amy a jinx and expressing relief that Ted wouldn't catch her leukemia, their ignorance on full display, but their victory lap was cut short by a synchronized chime from their phones. I knew exactly what it was. The hospital had just sent the notification. It wasn't Amy who was sick, it was Ted, and thanks to their own public crusade against bone marrow donation, they had just ensured that no one in the family would ever lift a finger to save him. Welcome to share your feelings in the comments section. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more story content, please check out the other videos on my channel.